A common refrain I hear from leaders in between roles is that once they leave the top seat, some of their so-called friends don't take their calls anymore. And the implication is clear. They were being used all along. This, of course, happens all the time. But every pancake has two sides, and sometimes the other side reveals a blind spot many leaders have. Because when you're in a leadership position and you're facing relentless pressure and responsibility, it's easy to put your relationships on ice. And the justification for doing so sounds good, right? I'm so busy, my true friends understand why I had to cancel at the last minute, or why I never returned their call, or why I failed to contribute to that fundraiser they were putting on. All legit, right? Well, not really. In 1999, 3 researchers issued a paper that defined the concept of induced demand. In economics, it speaks to how an increase in supply results in a decline in price, which in turn leads to an increase in consumption. So price goes down, demand goes up. Makes sense, right? Well, these researchers applied that concept to transportation, and they advanced the theory stating that as you build more supply by expanding highways, more people are induced to drive. That means all that expanded access is once again filled up, which ultimately leads to more congestion and continued cursing from you on the New Jersey Turnpike, the Eisenhower Expressway, Spaghetti Junction, or whatever other clogged highway you drive. Now, let's talk about how this theory applies when it comes to how leaders treat their time. See, I think it happens here too. And whether it's consciously done or not, many leaders fill up their calendar to an unreasonable level no matter what's happening in the organization. And even if they can carve out some time to nurture their personal relationships, they don't, because they reflexively believe they have to engage in CEOing every moment of the day. That works great until you have no friends anymore, because nobody feels like you give a crap. But the good news here is that you can avoid this traffic jam in 2 very doable steps. Number 1, you want to build your own relationship matrix. Now, what is a relationship matrix? It's my cooler way of saying that you build a list of relationships you want to maintain, and you update that list religiously so nobody slips through the cracks. And number 2, you want to carve out time to keep your friendships alive, and don't give me any excuses, because the truth is, time isn't your problem. It's your priorities. I always say that if you want to understand a person's priorities, don't listen to what they say, look at what they schedule. Scheduling is where your rhetoric meets the road. Now, it will take effort for you to do these 2 things consistently, but it's a hell of a lot better and way less costly than having to acquire new friends.